Okay, am I live here? I should be live. See if you connect. Okay, it looks like we are live on the YouTube feed. We'll begin on Instagram very, very shortly. Let me post on Facebook that we're going live. Going live now on Instagram at Locker Room and on YouTube. Link is tinyurl.com/selfie Torah. And let's get the YouTube up. Go live. In 30 seconds, we will be going live on Instagram as well. Starting my video. All right. Let's change the angle here. All right, here we are on Instagram and on YouTube, going live in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, welcome to Locker Live. It's been a few weeks since we've had it, and I'm excited to be here. I am about to invite on our special guest for today, and it's awesome that Instagram has created this new feature, which has, you can share the live screen. So, hey Chloe, shout out to you. And here we are going to invite Sarah to join us in our live stream here as our special guest. And let's see, waiting for Sarah. Those of you who are watching on YouTube. Ah, there you are. Okay, if you're watching on YouTube, there we go. Hello, Sarah. How are you today?
I'm great, and you?
Oh, so awesome. Fantastic. My eyes are still a little bit weird. I don't know if you can see it. I got my eyes dilated today. I went to the eye doctor, and they put these drops on for like 6 hours. I couldn't see anything.
You had those glasses on and stuff?
Yeah, I had all that stuff and drops, and got new glasses. Okay, so those of you joining us on YouTube or on Instagram, you can message in Stump the Rabbi questions or questions for myself or Sarah here on Instagram, or you can text me on my regular phone number if you have it, and I'm getting my texts on the computer on my iMessage app, and we'll be able to go with that. In the meantime, while we're waiting for people to send in questions, you're always welcome to. An announcement or two. Number one is winter retreat. Winter retreat is always super exciting, and I just booked a really awesome house in Utah for the winter retreat, and it's going to be incredible. We're limiting it to 20 kids only, 7th through 9th grade, and it is going to be a really exciting weekend. Is that Alan Scharf? Wow, welcome back, Alan Scharf, Cantor Alan Scharf, back to Vegas. We missed you over here. I hope to get to see you soon. That's fantastic. So, I have Sarah over here. Sarah's our special guest. But first, we also need some pickles. Because what's anything without pickles? These are homemade pickles. I made them myself. And they're awesome. Okay.
They look good.
They are.
I want some now.
Make your own. All right. And
Give me the rest of that.
yeah, and here is a very, very empty pickle jar. But that's what happens. And lots of empty Mountain Dew bottles here as well. Yeah, that's my life. This is my office. Empty pickle jars and Mountain Dew bottles. Okay. So, who's a bit scared? Britt the pickle or Sarah? Okay, so once again, if you have Stump the Rabbi questions, you can message them in. And in the meantime, let's get started. I'll ask Sarah a few questions because, Sarah, all right, where do you live, first of all?
North Hollywood in LA.
North Hollywood, California, near LA. Okay, awesome. I love this idea that we can interview people live. So the reason Sarah is a special guest here, actually our first Instagram live guest on Locker Live. First of all, because you are a very loyal participant in Locker Live. I think you're probably one of the only people who've been here every single time we had it, pretty much. And also because you're naming my pickle. Wow, that is impressive. You're naming my pickle. Okay, I have to tell you about that. Pickle Rick. I'm not sure I get that one. Okay, fine. Okay, once again, if you're joining, you're welcome to ask any Stump the Rabbi questions. This is all about being a live Stump the Rabbi. And if not, I'll just throw out some questions as well. So, Sarah, how many years have you been involved in Nageela?
5 years now I've been involved.
5, that's it? 5,
5, yeah.
Almost 6, I guess.
This year.
Right, but so almost 6 now, right?
Oh yeah, basically, technically.
Okay. So, all right, so Sarah, how old are you now?
I am 17, almost 18 now.
Okay, wow. Almost 18. You've been involved in Nageela for 5 years. Now, Sarah, you just had a little bit of a transition where you were a Nageela camper for many years, and for the very first time last week, you were a staff member. And for those of you who are watching on here, on Locker Live, I think it's cool to see the transition of kids who are involved in Nageela programs becoming staff or becoming leadership roles. So, first of all, what can you tell us about your experience last week?
Oh, wow, last week. Last week was definitely fun. It was a brand new experience, definitely, because you're taking on a completely different role. Now, being a camper yourself, you have to be the one to make sure all the campers are having fun.
Uh-huh.
Helping them. And you're having a lot of fun at the same time, but you have a certain responsibility.
Which is more fun, being a participant at a Shabbaton or being staff? Honestly, I don't know what the right answer is.
Honestly, completely honest, I would say probably a camper because you don't have as much responsibility. But I feel they share the same.
It's okay. That's fine. I am very, very happy that the kids are having more fun than the staff. That's the goal, right?
Exactly.
Okay, I'm still one of the kids.
Exactly, I'm a kid too.
These pickles are very juicy. It's a very large thing of pickles. Very, very big and heavy. Okay.
That's fair.
Well, look how good these guys are. They're amazing. Used to be a pretzel jar. Okay, so fantastic. Just to answer a couple questions that have come in here on the Instagram line. Alan used to come to this great class we gave at the Coffee Bean. I'm not giving that class anymore, but I do think Rabbi Fromwitz is still giving that class. But either way, Alan, let's be in touch, and I'd love to have a coffee with you someday. Simcha Goldman, I'm not sure what your question is.
That's my cousin.
Oh, okay, fine. Got it. Okay, fine. So Britt said she had a question, so we'll wait for her to hopefully ask the question. Or anyone else, once again, any Stump the Rabbi questions about Nageela or anything else. Also, Camp Nageela West registration week is over. So we have our people signed up for camp. We still have, of course, spots for camp. And if you haven't signed up for camp yet, now is a great time at NageelaWest.org. But here we go. I'm getting a knock on the door. Who is there? Would you like to come in and be live on Instagram, Benjamin? I didn't think so. Okay. Alan, I'm not sure the answer to that. I'll try to find that from Rabbi Fromwitz for you. I haven't been to that class in quite a few years, but that was a fun class. All right. So, Sarah, a couple more questions. So, what do you find was the most challenging part of being a staff member?
Challenging? You have to, because a lot of the kids sometimes won't. So you have to repeatedly, keep on going to them to keep on filling them up with energy so that they get into it. So that they go in, so that they have, a lot of energy and they're an active participant. So a lot of times the kids will come and they're actually, shy and they don't want to, dance in front of everybody. Or they look like they're having, a boring time. So you just have to take them in with you and, it's not like you're going to go right. They're not going to, the first try, they're going to come right up. You have to try multiple times.
So you're always on. You're always on. You have to keep adding energy, and you can't just be off. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, so Britt is asking a question. We'll address her question, and then we'll see if it's time to go back to some more interview questions with Sarah. Okay, so Britt says, a Holocaust survivor told me that she went to a class where a rabbi said, in order to be resurrected, when Mashiach comes, they have to be buried in Israel. So what happened to those burned in ovens of the Holocaust? Okay, that is a fantastic question. So sometimes people misunderstand information, and let me clarify the question. So Britt's referring to that many people want to be buried in Israel after they die. In fact, we learned that coming up in the next couple of weeks to our portions from, anyone know who we learned that idea from? Someone who really, really wanted to be buried in Israel and didn't die in Israel? Let's see some answers on here, unless Sarah wants to jump on. Who was it that died outside of Israel and made sure to give instructions to be buried in Israel? Anyone on Instagram or on YouTube or in texting want to give me an answer? Who was it? Who was that person? Yosef. Okay, Nina, that is correct, but there was someone before Yosef, a little bit before Yosef. Okay, actually, Nadav Moshe was not buried in Israel. He wanted to be, you're right. But Moshe was not buried in Israel. Nina, you're close with Yosef, but Yosef promised somebody else to bury him in Israel. Who was it? Avraham. Okay, but Avraham died in Israel. The answer is looking for is Yaakov, because Jacob, died in Egypt. And he made Yosef swear to him. He made him take an oath. Correct, Alan. Again. He made Yosef take an oath that he would bury him in Israel and go through great expense and time and effort. Made him swear to bury him in Israel. And that's one of the reasons for that is because being buried in Israel is a special merit. And it is easier. It's less uncomfortable, less painful in the future when righteous people will be resurrected to be buried in Israel. However, it is not correct that if you're buried outside of Israel, that you are not able to be resurrected. That's not true. Or that it will affect a person's afterlife at all. It is a special merit. If a person can do it, it's great. Keep in mind, Britt, that millions of great Jews, rabbis and rebbitzins and righteous people and all kinds of other happy people, well, until they died, then they weren't happy anymore. But lots of great people were buried in Europe and in Spain and in Egypt and in other places. So it is absolutely not an obligation to be buried in Israel. The second point to note, and we're talking about Holocaust survivors, is that God never, ever, 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 and Sarah, what else? Ever. Yeah. Expects us to do anything beyond our power. If a person, God forbid, is murdered in a Holocaust, and I don't want to go into the graphic details, if those things happen, that person can never, ever, ever, ever lose out on what they should. You're good at this, Sarah. Lose out on what they should get because of it. It was a great question, but it is accurate that it's a good thing for people to try to be buried in Israel if possible. It's not accurate that on any level a person can't reach the afterlife if they're not buried in Israel, especially if it was not their fault. Okay, I want to introduce you, by the way, to a friend, since Liz is talking a lot about pickles. So my wife was in Florida this week, and she actually came back with this, and it was just a plain cucumber in a bag that said potential pickle. So I decided to take the potential pickle and make it into a real pickle. So here we have, it's in a pickling solution. It probably by the time we do Locker Live next week, this will be ready, and you'll be able to see me eat it live. Isn't that exciting? But a potential pickle, 24 hours ago, this was just a cucumber, and now it's on its way towards greatness of being pickled in Israel. No, not in Israel. You don't have to be pickled in Israel to be a pickle. Okay, so we just have about a minute left until we're done. Great to see you too, Alan, and let's definitely be in touch. Thank you, everyone who joined. Thanks, Sarah. It was pretty painless, right? Thanks for joining, sharing with us your experiences. We're glad that you're now on board as a staff member in Nageela events. I do hope to see everyone future events. Nageela in Henderson is off this week. Nageela in Summerlin is on next week. It's going to be the first night of Hanukkah, so we can light a candle and a coffee bean and play some Hanukkah activities. Dreidel, of course, so be sure to be there to join us then. And the Locker Live next week actually will be from my house with some other people, special guests that will actually be live in the house, hopefully. So make sure to join us there. In a few more seconds. Anyone else have anything else to say? Shout outs or comments or anything else, or anything else you want to share with our loving, adoring, admiring fans? I guess not. Okay. So thank you for joining, and tell me, how often do you, Nageela?
All day, every day.
All day, every day. Thank you. Have a good night, because you got bit by a reindeer in the dive. All right. Awesome.